The White House issued an executive order in hopes of closing the U.S. Department of Education. What does this mean for kids with IEPs and 504 plans? Hi, I'm Rae Jacobson, the host of the Hyperfocus podcast here at Understood, a nonprofit that advocates for people with learning and thinking differences like ADHD and dyslexia. I'm also a person with ADHD, and I'm a parent. When the news broke that the president had begun drafting an executive order to gut the Department of Education, I, like so many other parents, was concerned and confused. Since the news broke, we've gotten a lot of questions from parents who, like me, are wondering and worrying about what this might mean for kids who learn and think differently. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not an expert on learning and thinking differences, but I am lucky enough to work with folks who are. And with their help, I'm here to try to answer some of your questions about what changes at the Department of Education could mean for neurodivergent kids. We've also linked an FAQ that covers these questions and more in the description below, and we'll be updating it as things develop, so make sure to check it out. Let's dive in. So what is the Department of Education? The U.S. Department of Education is a government agency that oversees, among many other things, some funding for K-12 schools. But schools only get about 6 to 13% of their funding from the federal government. The rest comes from states and local districts. Along with the states, the Department of Education also enforces laws that protect students with disabilities in school. How could this affect IEPs and 504 plans? It's important to know that even with an executive order, the president cannot take away IEPs, stop funding for special education, or make any changes to the law without approval from Congress. If Congress decides to cut or reduce federal funding, it could end up affecting IEPs and 504 plans. Is my child's current IEP or 504 plan still in effect? Yes. We can all take a breath. For now, nothing has changed. If your child has an IEP or a 504 plan in place, it is still in place. If I'm in the middle of trying to get an IEP or 504 plan, should I keep going? Absolutely, and we're here to help. We've got a ton of great resources to help families learn more about IEPs, 504 plans, and much more on our website, understood.org. What happens if the Department of Education closes? The short answer is we don't know yet. Executive orders are not laws, and a lot of things would need to happen for this to take effect, including an act of Congress. This is an evolving situation, but as things change, we'll be here to update you every step of the way and continue to provide expert resources and clear, objective information to support people who learn and think differently. So remember to check the link in the description for those updates and subscribe to our channel for more on learning and thinking differences.